Welcome to this new video from High Nelson Academy titled The 3 Essential Knots on a Boat. In this video, I will show you how to tie the most commonly used knots in sailing. We will see how to secure fenders and fasten the tender with the Clove Hitch, how to moor a boat with the Cleat Hitch, and the versatile Bowline Knot. To create the knots, we should equip ourselves with a sufficiently long rope. Find the rope that suits your needs at hinelson.com. In knots, we can find, the working end, which is the part of the rope that moves, and once secured, the knot will remain loose. The standing part, which is the part of the rope that moves little or not at all, and will be intended to bear the load. Then we have, the half hitch, which is distinguished as straight if the working end passes over, and reverse if the working end passes under. The full hitch, the bite, where you simply run the standing part parallel to the working end, and a round turn that makes 1.5 complete turns before returning parallel with the standing part. Let's start with the two most instructive wrapping knots, the simple Clove Hitch and the Cleat Hitch. The Clove Hitch is certainly famous for securing fenders to the lifelines. These two knots are generally used specifically to secure an object to a rope or another line. Let's make the simple Clove Hitch together. Take the working end and wrap it around the center of the cylindrical part where you want to tie the knot. Cross the working end with the standing part to form an X and bring the line back. Lift slightly and slide the working end underneath. Then tighten the knot well. There you go. This is the classic method to tie the simple Clove Hitch, but there is a faster one. Create 2 loops on the same line in this way. Overlap the right loop over the left. Insert the resulting loop onto a pole or something similar and tighten. Once these 2 loops are created, you just need to overlap them. And voila! Clove Hitch in a second. Now let's talk about the Cleat Hitch. As its name suggests, this knot is used on cleats, whether on a boat or on land. In RA courses, it is taught in this way. Make a loop. Make 1 or 2 figure 8s and finish with a turn. Even though, when I moor the boat, I prefer to make the Cleat Hitch this way. The O, the X, and a reversed half hitch. This way, I am sure, the boat won't move. The only downside of this type of closure is that when the rope gets wet, it will be more difficult to untie. So, if you need to unmoor, prepare in advance. Now let's look at the king of eye knots. Eye knots, also known as loops, are closed loops almost always tied at the end of a rope. These knots are often made by hand, and once the bight is prepared, they are wrapped around a cleat or a mooring post. Eye knots remain perfect even once removed from the object they were wrapped around. For this reason, they can be quickly removed and reused swiftly, which is particularly useful in mooring maneuvers. The most important eye knot is the bowline. Make a half hitch straight. Pass through the eye from bottom to top with the working end. Return with the working end from top to bottom and tighten the standing part. And voila, a perfect bowline. As you can see, it's much easier to make them than to talk about them, so to become a master in this art, you should tie knots as often as possible. I refer you to my guide on the most useful knots for life on a boat on the Hi Nelson blog at this address. Enjoy a 5% discount at the time of your purchase by using the code CHINTUBE10 on hinelson.com. To not miss any updates, I remind you to subscribe to the channel and activate notifications. See you in the next video.